Hi guys, this is Val from valkayink, and today we are going to be reacting to the Discotek Day panel. This one was for their Halloween panel on October 24th, and as always, this is just my personal reaction to all of this. This is not a comment on the company itself, just a reaction to what they're announcing. And all of the slides that you'll be seeing in this video are theirs. They were up on their Twitter and they streamed it on their Twitch, both of which will be linked in the description down below. Okay, so let's just get into the panel itself. This was a really fun one. I rarely get to actually be in on the live streams, and of course they live streamed this on their Twitch like I just said, and they opened with a sizzle reel and of course a new announcement. The first announcement being Kamen Rider Black. And I actually love the design of Kamen Rider, just all of the variations of different Kamen Riders that we've had over the years. I personally just don't know very much about Kamen Rider. It's, you know, one of those things where I'm always happy to see it because a lot of tokusatsu fans want as much Kamen Rider as they can get. And it's just nice to see that this one's coming out over here. I don't have much to say, only because I don't know much about Kamen Rider Black. I think it looks great. There's 51 episodes, so it looks like this is going to be a really fun set to collect. Yeah, and a bunch of extras. This stream really did show off a lot of neat extras for a lot of their announcements. So we'll move on to the actual Discotek stream, I should say. Just so you guys are familiar with who Discotek is, I copped this little panel of theirs. This is just, you know, that they're a boutique home video company and they specialize in Japanese animation, etc., etc. And this is the team, of course, that did the stream this year. For most of the streams, it's pretty much all of these people or a combination of Brady Hartel, Justin Servakis, David Miranda, and Mike Toole. So you can find these guys also on Twitter. And I'm just going to run through some more of, you know, the announcements and what I thought of them. So first up, this is the first one that really got me excited. This is Aim for the Ace, another Osamu Dezaki classic. If you guys aren't familiar with Aim for the Ace, this was a very popular shoujo manga. This is one of the best-selling of all time. One of the best-selling sports mangas. This was also inspiration for, you know, like a lot of the concept of Gunbuster, etc., etc., etc. This will be one that I will pick up because I'm really looking forward to this. And every time I watch more Dezaki directed things, the more I just like his style. So definitely Aim for the Ace, really happy to see that one. Next up was their Gunbuster update. So they are basically getting art. That's the most recent thing I think they mentioned, was getting art from their licensor. And they are just putting a ton of commercials, shorts, commentaries, just a ton of extras in this one. Of course, I plan on getting Gunbuster. I actually think I need to go pick up the movie. I think Sentai has the movie, but they have the show here with Discotek. So yeah, I'm excited for this one as well. This has the all-new dub, and they actually played a bit of the dub. I thought the dub sounded very good. The voices were really well matched to the characters, I feel like, and I really like that it sounded like a classic dub without any of the technical difficulties of a classic dub. It feels like very good anime voices, so I was pleasantly surprised with that. I was like, wow, I think I will listen to it in dub when I get it in. So that was nice to see, and if you do want to see that, again, the link to the actual full Twitch stream will be in the description below. Like I said, just a reaction. I'm not trying to like steal thunder from their stream or anything. After Gunbuster, they showed a lot about Gunbuster, but then they showed some license rescues and Ultimate Muscle. So yeah, your Foxbox Saturday morning favorite. I love that they remember that with Discotek. I watched so many episodes of Ultimate Muscle. Ultimate Muscle is definitely a shonen show, but it's also very gag manga-esque. It's very gag show. Very fun, just some crazy lines. There's really ridiculous characters. I was sad no one mentioned Sunshine Man. He was my favorite. But yeah, Ultimate Muscle. Very strange show. There was an earlier Ultimate Muscle, I believe. Again, not like a favorite of mine, but I like it. I like that they have this license. It's cool. I'm not going to pick up Ultimate Muscle. I could change my mind at any time, but for right now, this one's just nice as is. Next up, oh my god, you guys, you have to understand, Saint Tail is one of the earliest things of like me collecting anime and manga. I loved Saint Tail. So as I've said in the past before, this is all about me obviously, as I've said in the past before, it was really Magic Knight Rare that brought me into anime and manga and really like solidified me as a fan. Really shortly after that, it was Cardcaptor Sakura and Saint Tail. Like, I really cut my teeth on magical girl shows. And what I specifically collected, my comic book store, my local one, had these little individual issues of the manga. It was like a chapter an issue, just comic book style. And I collected those, and I loved Saint Tail. I just thought her being a mysterious thief in the night with this cute little outfit was so good. And I always figured, since this was a TMS property, it would get rescue licensed at some point. I know Blaze V did a video about license rescues, and he mentioned Saint Tail as well. He called it. So I'm just happy that it's finally here, because it was really a question of when we would get it. So, you know, it's nice to see that we're getting Saint Tail, 43 episodes. Very, very cool that we finally have it. They're actually including the dub. I think this was the Tokyo Pop had this, and they had dubbed the first 15 episodes. So yeah, this one's coming. It's coming soon, so winter of 2023 really does mean, like, get ready, it's coming in like January or February of next year. This is my favorite out of the things they've announced. I was so happy. I was like clapping in my room. Just excited about this one. So yeah, definite pickup for me. Next, Ghost Stories is getting its Blu-ray. I have the DVD set of Ghost Stories, and I've actually really been meaning to sit down and watch it in its original Japanese. Ghost Stories is set on a bunch of small children's books that were quite popular in Japan, and it got expanded, and I think it was on TV for a bit and stuff. Yeah, this is cool for people that want this. I'm not really interested in this. Normally I love like commentary stuff, but I'm not really that interested in Foster's commentary, so this one is going to be a pass for me considering I already have it. But hey, if you don't and you kind of want to see this infamous dub as well as an original like children's spooky story set, there's Ghost Stories. I think it's good that they're going back and doing Blu-rays for some of their older stuff that they have, so a good choice. Next up, Fist of the North Star. This is the movie set, I believe. We've got 3 movies, 2 short films. I think the 2 short films are going to be released separately. Yeah, that's what it says here. 3 movies, Fist of the North Star. They did an all-new English dub from Sound Cadence. I like Sound Cadence. I like that they work with them. You know, I really don't have much more to say about that. But I've never seen the Fist of the North Star movies, so I'm a bit on the fence. God, I really wish I had Fist of the North Star. I should have collected that already. But yeah, the movies are coming. They did a whole thing talking about, you know, specifically which voice actors are doing which characters, gave us samples. Again, that's in the actual stream itself. Very, very cool. I wasn't expecting more Fist of the North Star. I think some of their clues pointed to it, but I couldn't put my finger on what it would be. So yeah, the movies. I bet there's Fist of the North Star people that are really excited for this one, so I'm really happy for them. Next up, this is the next one that I was really excited about. This is Mononoke, and I love Mononoke. This is a spin-off from Ayakashi Samurai Horror Tales, which I think Discotek also put out. This is a horror series, but it has one of the most fanciful art designs and directions in it. It's also really based in like traditional kind of Japanese aesthetics. It's really, really interesting. It's dark. And I'm really happy that we're getting like this upgraded Blu-ray. So at first I was kind of on the fence. I was like, well, I still have my DVD set and I can watch it online anytime. But then they talked about the actual English dub that it got. So it has a rarely seen English dub. I want it specifically for that. And I actually just kind of want it because I think it'll look a little bit better on Blu-ray. The DVD I have is great, don't get me wrong. But I don't know, I'm really curious to see this one on Blu-ray, and I'm willing to double dip on shows that I really like. you know, shows that I might have and I'm kind of on the fence about. I don't double dip, but for this one I'm willing to do that. So that was surprising. I didn't think we'd see Mononoke. It was also just kind of nice seeing that other people were also excited. That was a plus. Next up, TETSUJIN 28. This I've seen a few episodes from, actually. This is quite a nice looking little show. Great like 90s fashions are in this. I remember watching a couple episodes and going, man, I like what these guys are wearing. I don't have TETSUJIN stuff in my collection. I think it's really cool. I actually have a cell from one of the series. I can't remember off the top of my head, just because I think TETSUJIN stuff looks cool. Yeah, if I were going to get this one, that would force me to get the rest. So I'm still thinking about that, but I'm also thinking about like, ooh, there's a lot of titles coming up that I'm looking forward to. So it's hard to budget, but I think if you are collecting mech stuff, this is for you. Neat little show. I can't really say more than, you know, I saw a bit of it, thought it was nice. I don't know, looks like it's going to be a good one. I hope it sells well. Next up, Discotek really is starting to go back to its roots of like doing live action movies. I know way back when I first saw Discotek stuff, they were doing a lot of, not a lot, but they were doing like live action stuff that they pulled over from Japan. So this is another, which I didn't realize another had a live action movie. Like, it didn't even occur to me to look into that. I have the anime and I might pick this one up. It did pique my interest. I really need to just sit down and watch the anime first. It was a gift from Dynamic Dylan, so I need to do that. But yeah, for people that like collecting live action stuff, Discotek does seem to be bringing more and more of that. So this was the first that they showed kind of in their Nihon Nights collection. Next up was Suicide Club. They showed like a little, what was that, a trailer? It was one of the trailers for Suicide Club. I have nothing to say on this. The only thing I will mention is do look up Sion Sono's stuff lately. He's got some pretty strange allegations against him. And if that makes you uncomfortable, up to you whether you support buying this or not. That's literally all I know about this. I don't actually follow horror movies that closely, so. Next up, Golgo 13. This is the movie. Never expected this. They showed a long trailer on this. This was very interesting. It looked very James Bond. So I was having a good time watching this trailer. I don't have Golgo 13 in my collection either, even though I really should. Very cool sniper series. I highly recommend it if you're into that kind of stuff. Yeah, this was interesting. This is the first time this one's been on Blu-ray anywhere as well. So, yeah, I don't think I'll pick up any of these live actions, you know, but they are kind of on my radar. If you want to see Discotek bring more of these, well, I think you should support them, but yeah, they're just, for me, I'm more interested in what anime they're pulling rather than their live action stuff. But, you know, I like when they pull samurai movies and stuff, so that's not to say I'm not going to collect live action from them in the future. Here's one. This is Treasure Island. This is another Dazaki classic. I actually know very little about this one. Like, when they first started playing the trailer, I kept going, what is this? Turns out it's Treasure Island. Treasure Island is such a fascinating story. I feel like we get a lot of animations of Treasure Island over the years. There's different ones in different countries. This looked fun and cute and bouncy. I do not know that much about it, though, so... yeah, looked nice. I'm on the fence on picking this one up as well. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about that. Next up, they did talk about how Project Echo for the final is coming. Of course I'm getting this. I already have the first three. It would be a big miss for me to not get this one. This is the conclusion to their Project Echo saga. And of course, if you've been following Discotek, you've been seeing how, you know, they've been, you know, working on Project Echo. I love when they do the new redesigned covers. I think those look great. This one's probably going to get one of the new covers. But yeah, very, very cool. I actually need to do a Blu-ray haul where I'm going to talk about Eiko 3. But yeah, just so you guys know, they are following up Project Eiko. So that was nice to see that they've put a pin in that, and it's nice to see them complete collections that they've started. Next up, Digimon Adventure. This is the Astro Res treatment on the Japanese one. Yes, Japanese with English subtitles. The English one is already going to be out in December. So this is the Japanese version. I'm actually kind of more interested in the Japanese version. Yeah, this is really interesting to me. Originally I was going to skip Digimon, but now I'm kind of, after this stream, I'm kind of like, ooh, it would be kind of neat to have both the English and the Japanese on the shelf. Similar to like Kinnikuman, which is Ultimate Muscle, Digimon. I'm trying to think of the one that I really like that I still passed up on buying. Yeah, I like the Foxbox stuff. That's very much in line with my childhood because I watched these things. So yeah, this is really nice that they're bringing this one. I hope it does well. They actually mentioned in the stream that the Japanese versions don't seem to do as well as the English versions. So yeah, I think it's good to support both because as collectors, I think most of us want both. But it varies from collector to collector. I prefer having both, like I have Samurai Cats, Pizza Samurai Cats, English, and then I also have the Japanese collection. So some people collect like that, some people specifically go for dubs. Everyone collects differently and it's all valid. So I don't know. I just hope it does well because that was kind of a bummer to hear that sometimes it doesn't do nearly as well as others. So then they also talked about basically what's coming out in the next few months. They did a little Lupin update, which was only just that here's what came out this year, more Lupin stuff next year. So nothing Lupin, but they kind of played at ending the stream only to go straight into Sonic X. And the stream went crazy. It was kind of nice to be there live because people were excited about Sonic X. And if you're ever on, Discotek social media, you see people constantly ask for this one. Yeah, I remember watching Sonic X. This was a fun show. I didn't see as much of it as other people. Like, a lot of people are very attached to this one, and I'm like, yeah, I know of it. I've watched it. But it's something that people want, It's nice to see Sonic kind of back in the spotlight in these last few years and just how people are so excited for Sonic again. I've always loved the designs of Sonic and Sonic characters. I'm more of a Mega Man girl myself, so or Mario, but yeah, it's nice to see the little blue hedgehog get his due. So this is coming out. People are excited. I saw that there was a little pushback that people were like, oh my god, they lied about working on this. They lied. And it's like, well, it's up to them as a company when to announce something. And if they want to put the work in the background and know for a fact that nothing weird like the license getting pulled or something strange happening with it, or not all the episodes are recovered, etc., anything can happen, they're gonna not announce that until exactly the moment they want to. So yeah, I mean, lied seems like such a harsh word for it. They just wanted to make sure all the pieces were in place before they announced it. So aren't you glad that it's announced rather than it didn't come out at all? So there's that, and it's coming out kind of early. I'm kind of surprised this is coming out winter of 2023 as well. A lot of these seem to be coming out in that winter quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of these get pushed back to maybe spring, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in the end. And again, finally, this all went on, and they were closing the stream again, only to bring out GAOGAIGAR. So GAOGAIGAR looks very cool. I only know of GAOGAIGAR because so many people worked on it. So many animators and, designers and et cetera, like out of Sunrise and out of various things. This has got quite the pedigree. So I was like, wow, it's cool that they got that. I didn't know there was such a fan base for this. Twitter really lit up when this got announced. So 49 episodes of GAOGAIGAR, King of the Braves. I'm not familiar with the Brave Super Robot Classic TV series. They kept talking that it's part of the Brave collection. I'm not familiar with it. If you guys know more about that, feel free to inform me in the comments. But yeah, this is another one where they got a ridiculous amount of extras, interviews, extra clips. etc., etc. So this looks like it's going to be a great set for people that collect this. I kind of want this just because it looked like it was fun, but I also don't know that much about it. This might be a blind buy for me, so let me know in the comments if this is like, oh man, what do you mean you're going to pass on GAOGAIGAR? Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking about it. It also does come down to like, what's my budget at the time of pre-orders? Am I willing to pre-order? Am I willing to wait for a sale? I just hope that that's pretty evident for Discotek as a company, that, you know, people don't buy all of these. You kind of have to put out stuff that people can't afford at the time. So anyway, that is pretty much just my thoughts on the stream. I did tweet live while I was watching. Let me know in the comments if you guys like hearing me just speak, you know, in this candid tone just about a summary of them. Again, these are not my cells, these are not my slides, these are from Discotek themselves. So again, I'm not trying to bite their style. If there's any issue with this video, just let me know. And I'm just going through the rest of these that we saw. Yeah, actually, if you guys want, I would love to open up a discussion in the comments. What do you guys think about the recent, obvious panel itself, but also just what do you think of the live action stuff they're bringing over? Do you like the variety in their shows? I thought this was a good mix of things. We got sports, we got Magical Girl, we got gag, we've got a lot of action stuff, good selection of mech stuff. Like, this felt like a good panel for Discotek. It felt like it really showed off, you know, what they're good at and what they do. So yeah, this is a very good one. I had a great time in the stream. Thank you to Discotek for doing that. It's a lot easier to feel more connected with a company when there's like names, faces, Twitter accounts, streams. It feels like, oh, I'm familiar with that company and what they do. So that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know this is not my usual style of video, but I have many more coming up soon. So that is it for this one. Stay safe out there, you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.